Hi, welcome to my messy fingers. I'm Charlie. I just finished a custom album for one of my customers, so I do apologize. There will not be a tutorial for this album due to the fact that it was a custom request. But what she asked that I use was Stamperia's collection called Sunflower Art. Now, I've worked with this collection before and I just loved it. It just has a lot of that farm, warm, fun feeling. So it was good to work with it again. So the album measures 9.5 across by 9 in its height. I do have a 2.5-inch spine. The front piece of paper that I put on, I cut off so that the paper continued here onto the spine, and then I just posted a very scenic picture on the back. Now I had some sunflowers that I put here so that there was some depth in the paper, and I did fussy cut her out. I very carefully mounted her onto some chipboard, cut that again, and then put her on some pop-ups so that she came up off that page and it looked like she was in front of the art studio doing her paintings. And I did the same with her companion, the little doggy here. I used the filigrees that came in with the collection, and the ribbon is ribbon that I had in my stash. So let's open this up and let's see what we've got on the inside. I love old trucks. My husband and I are looking at buying another one. We had one a while back, and this is about the vintage. So what I did was I took this piece. I wanted to try and keep the truck lined up with each halves. I fussy cut this out and this one out, backed them on cardstock and popped them up, and then put a big sunflower here out of my collection that I had. So then when you open it up in here, we have a nice pocket over here on this side, and we have a tuck. This is out of the fussy cut sheets, and I cut it, put it here on the bottom so that there's a nice little tuck there. To break up the pattern on this piece of paper, I took something out of my scraps and then cut it down so that it would create a band. You can put a photo here, and down here, but I taped just the very center of each of these so that you do have a tuck that you can tuck mementos or photos in. Over here on this thin page, I do have a little cutout. And then when you open this up, we have a tuck. We have a nice big pocket here. I used one of the scenic pieces off the scraps. And then I've got a tuck over here. There we go. And on this image, I end up using it a couple of times because one thing about Stamperia, they don't give you a lot of images, so you do the best with what you can. So I took one and fussy cut out some of the paintings and put it here on the front. And here I fussy cut out the chicken and the ducks. And then on this side, this is out of the cut aparts, and then we had a little brass trinket here that it's a truck, so I put that right there. So it looked like it was kind of parked in front of the veranda. And we've got a tuck there. And then we're going to open this up. It opens up, this one opens up twice. Well, maybe not. We have a tuck. We have a big pocket, and this is one of the pieces that I had left over in the stash, so I used it because it matched the flower that's over here. And I took one of the quoted sayings and made a tuck out of it. And then I have over here another one of those bands. They're very tight. I feel like I'm out of sync on this. Oh, here we go. I cut this out so that she and her dog were looking out onto the lake, and I have a little sunflower right here, and then you close it up that way. Now let's get over here and look at this one. So again, here I took some of the paintings, cut them out, popped them up, put them in front of the studio. I cut out the floral box from the cut aparts and put it here. And this window from one of the scraps, I cut it out and then put it on some cardstock and then popped it up, both of these, so that there was some depth on this page. Now this is the one that opens up. I have so many layers on this one that I had to use double layered magnets to guarantee that it would close once pictures and all that get added in here. So we have a nice beautiful sunflower field here, and then I took this piece of paper and I cut it and matched it, and then you open this up even more and we have a panel over here, and we've got another tuck. I took a strip of paper out of my scraps and then fussy cut out the sunflower so that I could break the pattern up here just a little bit. And then over here I did the same thing, fussy cut out the sunflowers and then made another tuck and a pocket here. So then when you open this up, we get in here and we have a big pocket and then two beautiful wood panels for putting down and framing your photos. I'm trying to figure out what I did here. I apologize. There we go. And then on this one, it's a flip up because I wanted to use, this is one 12 by 12 piece. And what I wanted to do was create a pocket by cutting the bottom half of this piece and accenting it with a row of flowers out of my stash. I do this on the pockets throughout, but this way it identifies that there is a pocket on the front of this. And then when you open this up, we've got a big pocket up, tuck pocket here, but you've got nice room to still put some good sized photos on that upper piece. And here's another one of those brass elements. I think I used every brass element except for some large corner filigrees. And then down here, I'm going to lift this up just a little bit. We get down here, and then I fussy cut out the little red truck, and here's a tuck for some slimline items. And then we have this piece and this piece are off of the same 12 by 12, so I cut them and staggered them, and we've got ourselves a nice pocket here. And on this card, I used one of the brass butterflies. So then when we get over here, this is a road, this 12 by 12 piece, there's a road that goes through this flower field, and I wanted to make it look like a truck was kind of driving down delivering the flowers. And I used a little bit of Wink of Stella here to give some flash to the headlights. So then when we open this up, you're going to see a nice panel for a photo. You've got a tuck. You have a panel here for photos, as well as over here you've got a tuck, another panel for photos, and then we've got a nice big pocket right here. And then on this signature, I fussy cut out the dog and backed him on cardstock and put him back in his place, accented with a butterfly. And I just kind of left her alone except for her hat. I did fussy cut that out, backed it, and then mounted it to pull it up off the page a little bit. Then when you get in here, I'm letting the images speak for themselves so that you can actually cover these. They make great backgrounds but I didn't want to destroy the look or the elegance of them by covering them up, so I left them on their own. Then when you get in here on the wood panel, I did create a couple of upper tucks that you have here, and then we've got this nice beautiful scenic, and then we've got another big tuck pocket right there. And then we're back to the truck. On this one, I actually cut out the entire truck, mounted it on cardstock, and then put a chipboard behind it because it's a big piece and it would take a plethora of foamy pop-ups. So I did it on chipboard and then put it right back in its place again. Open this up and we have this beautiful scene here. And again, we have another little tuck. And then over here, I've got the card, one of the cards that I've used as a tuck, and you can do some journaling. It would be a great spot to do that on. And then we have a nice little pocket here, and I'm using this out of one of my scraps. It speaks for itself. It's a field of sunflowers. It's really cool. And then over here, this is that front of that building again, and I created a small tuck up here. You can put a larger item in there if you so choose. And then this last one, I played with this image here because this is what the paper collection is called, Sunflower Art. And so I ended up cutting the top of the building off, but that's not what's important. It's all the images down here and below. And I took the last two brass pieces. This is it looks like a cup that's got paint brushes, pens, a pair of scissors, and then you've got that easel board that they use. Open this up and you've got this beautiful panel for putting on a photo. And then over here, we have ourselves a little tuck using the dog. Open it up and we've got another tuck over here. And then here's your waterfall. Now I did not cover the backs of the pages simply because the buyer might want to use the orange as the accent, but she's getting a lot of her papers back and some scraps that she can actually frame these in if she wants. Okay, so there it is. Thank you for watching.